For years, bringing powerful AI into the core of a business has felt, well, like a high-wire act with no safety net. But what if that's all finally changing? Today, we're going to dive into a major shift in the world of enterprise AI, a move away from risky experimentation and towards AI as a fully manageable and even insurable business asset.
That's right, you heard me. This isn't some far-off prediction, it's happening now. The entire way we think about and manage AI risk has fundamentally changed. So the big question is, how on earth did we get here? How did something once seen as so unpredictable and volatile become stable enough to insure? Well, to really understand the solution, we first have to get our heads around the sheer size of the problem. You see, for all its amazing power, AI has a serious trust issue in the corporate world, and it's created an entirely new category of risk that businesses are frankly scrambling to deal with. The key phrase to focus on here is systemic risk. This quote from a recent Gallagher report just nails it. We're not talking about a single chatbot making a simple mistake anymore. No, we're talking about AI orchestrating entire business workflows. And when one of those systems fails, it isn't isolated. It can trigger a domino effect, a massive cascading failure across your entire operation. That is a whole new level of vulnerability. This whole idea of systemic risk is really fueled by what people are calling the AI trust gap. I mean, we've all seen the headlines, right? An AI hallucinating and giving a customer completely wrong information, a data leak exposing sensitive company secrets, or a prompt injection where some clever user basically hijacks the AI to do their bidding. These are the exact reasons why so many amazing AI pilots never actually get deployed. The risk is just seen as way too high. And, it's not just a technical problem. On top of everything else, you've got this complex web of new state laws popping up that are expanding corporate liability. So if your AI messes up and causes damage, the legal and financial pain for your company is becoming much, much more severe. It's just another layer of uncertainty.
So you've got all this technical risk, legal risk, systemic risk. How does any business move forward with confidence? Well, that brings us to the solution, the rise of a brand new, incredibly rigorous standard for AI validation. Meet AIUC-1. It's a standard built specifically for this new era of AI. Now, the two key things to remember here are agentic AI. That means AI that can actually do things on its own, not just spit out information, and third-party validation. This isn't about companies grading their own homework anymore. This is about independent, objective proof that an AI system can actually handle the heat.
And this is a huge, huge departure from how we used to do things. Traditional AI governance was all about writing policies and principles. It was kind of static. AIUC-1, on the other hand, is all about active, continuous, technical testing. It's not a philosophy, it's a stress test. It's designed to find and fix the weak spots before they can cause a disaster in the real world. And this standard is incredibly comprehensive. I mean, look at this. It covers everything from the nitty-gritty of security and data privacy, all the way to bigger ideas like accountability and societal impact. It just goes to show how thorough this validation process is. They really leave no stone unturned. Okay, so that's the theory, but what does this actually look like in practice? To make this all feel a bit more real, let's look at a company that just went through this whole intense process, the voice AI company ElevenLabs. Just look at that number, 5,835. This was not a simple checkup. This was a complete gauntlet of technical tests and what are called adversarial simulations. That's where testers are actively trying to trick the AI, break it, hijack it, basically modeling the exact kinds of attacks it would face out in the wild. And these tests were super specific to what they do. For their voice agents, they didn't just check if it worked. Oh no. They hammered the system with different languages, they challenged it with muffled voices and all sorts of heavy accents, and they even ran what they call transformation attacks with crazy background noise to make sure it was robust enough for the messiness of the real world. And the result of all that rigorous testing? ElevenLabs actually passed the gauntlet. They became the very first voice AI company to achieve this new super high bar of AIUC-1 certification. That's a huge deal. But honestly, getting a fancy certificate isn't the real story here. The true breakthrough, the real game changer, is what this certification unlocks. This is where we see the shift from managing a scary liability to actually creating a whole new kind of corporate asset. So after surviving nearly 6,000 attacks and simulations, what's the ultimate prize for a company like ElevenLabs?
What do you get for all that hard work? It's that simple, and it's that powerful. An AI that is so well tested, so well understood, that you can actually get it insured. And this quote from ElevenLabs just makes the whole concept crystal clear. Think about that for a second. An AI agent insured just like any other employee. That analogy completely reframes how we think about AI in the workplace, doesn't it? It's no longer some unpredictable black box. It's an accountable part of the team. So why does certification actually make this possible? Well, Rune Kvist, the CEO of the company behind the standard, he explains that all those thousands of tests generate hard data, what insurers call an empirical risk profile. And for an insurance company, that data is pure gold. It turns an unknown, frankly terrifying risk into a known, quantifiable, and most importantly, underwritable risk. It gives them the confidence to step up and offer actual financial coverage for AI. Okay, so let's tie this all together. By solving this massive problem of validation, this whole system of certification and insurance has basically created a new playbook for taming the systemic risks of AI. Let's go back to where we started. Remember, AI is no longer just a simple little tool doing one task. Just like that Gallagher report pointed out, it's becoming the conductor for entire business operations. And it's this deep, deep integration that makes the risk of a cascading failure so terrifyingly significant. When your entire workflow, from how you talk to customers to how you manage your supply chain, is orchestrated by AI, a single failure doesn't just stop there. It ripples through absolutely everything. This is why these new solutions for what's called algorithmic liability and resilience, they're not nice-to-haves anymore. They are absolutely essential. And this really gets to the ultimate business value, and it's put perfectly here by ElevenLabs co-founder. This whole thing isn't just about playing defense, it's about enabling offense. By minimizing risk with a clear security framework and real insurance, companies finally have the confidence to stop hesitating and actually start deploying AI at scale to build better products and better experiences for all of us.
Which leaves us with this final, and I think pretty critical question. If AI agents are really becoming as integral to our businesses as human employees, doesn't it seem inevitable that proving their reliability and ensuring their actions is going to become the new standard? It feels like a fundamental shift in how we build trust in this increasingly automated world.